Okay, so hey everybody, this is Nicole, and so today is the day that I promised I'm going to be making the contribution to my husband's Thanksgiving potluck that he's having tomorrow. Um, Wednesdays is the day that everybody on the staff is in the office at the same time. So that's why they do it on Wednesdays when they do potlucks like this. So I volunteered to do a pre-made pumpkin pie. So I already picked that up yesterday, and today I'm gonna make a funfetti poke cake. And I found this like long list of different kinds of poke cakes. It had sweet and savory poke cakes from the traditional, like I've made like the orange dreamsicle ones, I've made strawberry ones. This one is a different one. This is funfetti cake, and it actually when you make it, when the cake is still warm slash hot, you mix together coconut cream and sweetened condensed milk, and then you pour it over the cake. And then as it's cooling, that mixture will soak into the cake. So I picked up the ingredients. So here's the funfetti box mix. And then I got the sweetened condensed milk. I got the Lion Brand because sweetened condensed milk is sweetened condensed milk. And then I calls for coconut cream. Got the coconut cream, and then it calls for 2 cans of vanilla funfetti frosting. So I got 2 cans of vanilla funfetti frosting. Now, to me, that seems like a lot of frosting, but my husband's like, well, you're covering a lot of surface. So I'm like, okay, fine. So that's what we're gonna do today. So first step is to make the cake, and it says according to the recipe, essentially you are following the recipe that's on the back of the box, which is 1 cup of water, half a cup of oil, and 3 whole eggs. And then you put it in a pan of your choice. So I got a 9x13 pan. And then it says to, spray it with non-stick spray, and then beat the cake mix, water, oil, and eggs in a bowl, and then pour the batter into the pan and then bake it. And then since it is a 9x13 pan, I got a disposable one because I told my husband that way all he has to do when the potluck is over, just toss it in the garbage. No need to worry about bringing anything home. Same goes for the pumpkin pie. I did get Cool Whip, real Cool Whip to go with it. So there will be plenty of dessert for to go around. And so that will bake for 34 to 38 minutes. So I am going to go ahead and make that first. And then when I come back, the cake will be finished baking. And then what I will do is get everything ready to put the sweetened condensed milk and the coconut cream together, and then onto the cake. So, and then the fun thing is this is the first time I'm going to be using the oven in my house. So I am going to shut the video off so that I can make the cake, because I'm sure you guys know how to make a box cake. And then I'll show you how it comes out. And you guys know, stick a toothpick in the cake when it comes out clean and dry. That is when it is done. And then the reason why they call it a poke cake is you can take either the back of a mixing spoon or a chopstick and poke holes on top of the cake. And that is how whatever it is that you choose to put in your poke cake gets into the cake. And so for this, it is the sweetened condensed milk and coconut cream mixture will go on top of that. So I will make the cake and then turn the camera back on once the cake has come out of the oven. So I will see you back in a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the recipe calls for, I think it said 7 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. The can that I was able to get was not that size, so I guesstimated approximately half. And then this is the coconut cream, and it's the whole can. So we are going to go ahead and dump the whole can of the coconut cream and mix it in with the sweetened condensed milk. So let's see, do this. I'm gonna get most of it out, and then I'll scrape the rest out with my spatula. Okay, so obviously that's not all of it. I will get the rest of it out with my spatula. Just give me 1 second. I want to get the coconut cream in the bowl before I shut the camera off, because I want to get this all ready to go. I already put the cake into the oven and it is baking, but I like to have all of my things ready to go so that you know, when the cake comes out, I can set it out to start cooling, poke the holes in. I'm going to use a disposable chopstick, and then take this mixture and then, you know, slowly pour it over the whole cake so that it soaks in. And I think the reason why the cake needs to be warm is so that the sweetened condensed milk, which is super thick, melts into the cake properly. So we'll pour this in there. And again, I know that they're, just because I have used coconut cream and coconut milk before, I will scrape the can to get every little bit out. It is important to get every bit out, but that's that. I will mix a little bit here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Obviously, I am no television chef, but I didn't want to bring out my rig quite yet until I get ready to pour everything over the cake. And then I will get my my rig out that I usually use for my resin stuff. So there's this. Okay, so that is pretty well mixed. I will get the rest of what was in the measuring cup in here, the rest of the coconut cream into the bowl, and then this is all ready to go on top of the cake when it comes out of the oven. I will show you when I do that, and then the cake needs to cool completely for me to frost it, because otherwise then the frosting is going to melt. So that'll take a little bit. And then, yeah, then we will be ready to go, and my husband can take it tomorrow. So I will see you back in a little while. Okay, so the cake has come out. I actually already, if you could see, I went ahead and I, you know, I poked some holes into the cake, just kind of like random. Through the cake, I used a wooden chopstick that can be thrown away. Now, what we're gonna do is, if you remember earlier, I had the sweetened condensed milk and coconut cream. I went ahead and I mixed it together so that we could go ahead and pour the mixture over the warm cake according to the directions. So I take the spatula, set it to the side. We're gonna pour it over the cake. Try to pour it as evenly as I can. Wow. It looks yummy. The cake smells good. Trying to get all of this yummy mixture into the holes. And I know that you can see on the bottom, there's stuff on the bottom. So that's why I kept the spatula. We're going to scrape the bottom. Don't waste. And get the last of it in there. And then what we'll have to do is we will wait until the cake is fully cooled before I can put the frosting on, and which will also allow for this mixture to soak into the cake as well. So that's where it is right now. And so I'm gonna, again, this is gonna be like, you know, so many cuts together just because it, you know, cooking takes time. It's not like on TV where it's magic. So what I'm going to do is I will finish up scraping the bottom of the bowl to get the last of that mixture onto the cake. And then when the cake is cooled enough, because if I put the frosting on now, because while the cake is cool enough to the touch, it will probably be too warm if I put the frosting on now. The frosting will melt. We don't want that. So I'm going to get the very last little bit of that mixture on here, and then the cake will cool, which will then give time for this mixture to soak into that yummy, delicious funfetti cake. And then I'll get some of the frosting on, and then once I finish all of that stuff, we'll put some sprinkles on there, and then voila, all done. And then my husband will have his contribution to the potluck tomorrow. Okay, so I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, guys, we are at the last step. I think the cake is pretty well cooled off, and as you can see, that mixture of the coconut cream and the sweetened condensed milk has pretty much well soaked its way into the cake. If you remember, there's like completely was like pools, especially around the sides here, and so the cake should now be pretty well saturated. So I can just imagine cutting into the cake is going to be super duper moist. So now we are going to frost it. Now I'm not going to frost the whole cake because it's going to take me forever. I'm not that great at frosting. It's best to use an offset spatula, which I do not have. And so it calls for 2 containers of the Funfetti vanilla frosting. So it's just the frosting, and what makes it funfetti is the sprinkles that go on top. So what I find makes things easier is, so what I'm going to do is I'm just using a butter knife, is I'm going to mix the frosting up first. And, you know, you don't have to be a professional. It doesn't have to be nice and neat. I am in no way a professional. So, don't expect to have it be like perfection. You just wanted to, I mean, it's homemade. That's the whole point. So what I like to do is, once you've got it mixed to your liking, and as you can see, the texture of the frosting coming out of the container is probably a lot looser had you not mixed it. So what I'm going to do then is, what I have learned is, don't, like, how do I say it? Don't smash the frosting into the cake. Gently do back and forth. That's how I do it. And of course, like I said, I am not a professional baker. This is how I was taught when I was in culinary school, in high school. You just gently back and forth with the frosting. Because if you just mash your spatula or your knife into the cake, you're like just gonna tear the top of the cake off, and obviously that is not what you want to do. Then you just add more, and then you back and forth. And try to keep it, as even as you can. Again, this is homemade. It's not like, unless you are a professional baker and you know how to do this better than I do, have at it. I am not professionally trained. I am just a home baker who just likes to do this because it's fun and it's relaxing. Okay, so we're gonna go in and I don't know if I actually need the second container. I told my husband that I thought that the second container was a bit overkill. I'm not a huge frosting person when it comes to cake and cupcakes. So when people bring cupcakes or cakes that are pre-made, funnily enough, I will scrape off the majority of the frosting from the cake or the cupcake, and I'll just have just a little bit of taste of the frosting just to get that little bit of sweetness on there. But I don't like it where I can't taste the cake. So we'll see how much, because this is, I think, as empty as it's going to get. So this is the last of the frosting from the container. So like I said, just gently back and forth without ripping the top of your cake. And do it as evenly as you can. It's okay if there are bare spots. I don't get upset if there are. I just try to make it as even as I possibly can, because the people that are eating this know that somebody made this that is not a professional. It's not like you're buying this from the supermarket or from a bakery shop or whatever. That just me, Nicole, has made this, and I took time to make it because I wanted to. And I don't know, I think it always tastes better when somebody makes it for somebody else. It gives me joy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need that other can of frosting, and that's fine. I can buy another box of cake and either make some cupcakes for the family or make a cake another Funfetti cake, a plain one, because I know it will get eaten. And then the other thing too is don't be afraid to turn the cake. Don't like do aerobics and gymnastics to try to get the cake frosted. So I'm just trying to get this as evenly frosted as I can. So you can criticize me all you want on the way it looks. I think it looks pretty good. And it does smell delicious. And no, I am not going to put the other. That is way too much frosting for this cake. And because it already has a lot of sweetness in it due to the coconut cream mixture. So adding the frosting on top of that, I think would just be way too much. So I just scraped off what I had on the knife so that I could get some of the spots that I think are a little bit bare, a little more even. I find this very relaxing. You know, it's funny. What's so frustrating is I love to cook, but I get so fatigued sometimes that it's tiring to, like, I'm sometimes too tired to cook, but I want to cook. So like tonight it's like, you know, I'm like, I know I'm making this today, and so I also know I want to make dinner. So I'm trying to take my time with making this and not like hurry quick because you got to get it done. But I think I took it at a good pace. It started early enough, and I think we got a really nice cake. All right, so we're gonna put the knife in the whatchamacallit, the sink, and there is no pull tab for, not the glitter, the glitter. Yeah, no, we are not putting glitter. Sprinkles. Let me get out. Actually, I'm gonna use this. Let's use this here so that I can get at the sprinkles. And we're going to put the sprinkles on top to make it a funfetti cake. And what I like to do is, so like, my little trick to not have to go to the garbage can a lot is like, if like when I make, like, say mac and cheese for my youngest son, and I've taught him how to now make his own mac and cheese, you know, the blue box one, is like, you get all your ingredients together, and then, you know, like the fake powdered cheese that it comes in, after you dump your macaroni into the water after it's come to a boil, keep the box, the empty box, because when you dump or the your butter in, you put the wrapper from the butter in there. That way you don't have to make a trip to the garbage can. Same with the packet of powdered cheese, to put it in the empty box. You don't have to make an extra trip to the garbage can. So what I did was I kept the empty frosting container, and since there was a foil thingy on top here, I put the foil into the empty frosting container, so I didn't have to make an extra trip to the garbage can. So that's like a trick that I learned from Rachel Ray. I don't know if you remember, she when she did 30-minute meals, she had something called a garbage bowl. And so I equate it to that. It's like, it's a very efficient way to get rid of all your garbage or whatever it is. You know, like if you say, even if you don't have a garbage disposal, which yay, I finally have a garbage disposal. So you can put all your garbage or whatever it is in one spot. And then when it's time after you're done cooking and everything, or, you know, prepping and stuff, you only make one trip to the garbage can or to the garbage disposal or whatever it is, rather than making multiple trips. So that's what I do. That's a little tip. I don't know if that's helpful or not, or if that even made sense. So that's one thing that I do. I do that same trick when I do resin pouring. Is I have like a little cup or something like that, you know, something disposable that I can put, like the gloves that I've used that I have to, once I switch them out, if they're too dirty, I can put those, you know, the dirty gloves or the popsicle sticks or whatever it is into, and then I don't have to make multiple trips to the garbage can. So I'm just trying to evenly place all of these fun sprinkles. Although for some reason, I remember Funfetti cake sprinkles being round. Though I don't remember in my childhood eating a lot of Funfetti cakes. My favorite flavor cake was always white cake. What is your favorite flavor? My husband's favorite flavor is chocolate. I think both of my kids like chocolate, with chocolate frosting. I love white cake, with white buttercream, and very little frosting. My youngest would probably eat the frosting out of the container if he could, I bet. My mother-in-law is the same way. She loves her frosting. Like, you know, when you get cakes and they have the roses on the cakes, she will ask for, because they will put the like flowers and stuff on the corners and the centers of the cakes and stuff. And she will specifically ask for the corners of the cake so that she can get a flower and eat just the frosting straight up without the cake. And if you don't want yours, she will take yours. Which, I mean, to each their own. That's just way too much for me. My husband and I are the same way. We don't like a lot of frosting on our cakes or cupcakes. So we both will scrape off any extra off of our cakes and or cupcakes or whatever the case might be. A very thin layer is good enough just to get a little bit of taste on whatever it is. So let's get the last of this. This just reminds me of Easter. But that's okay. Altogether, I think the cake, not counting the baking time, which was it was 34 minutes exactly with my my oven, using the middle rack. So it took like maybe an hour to an hour and a half. I'm done. So I'm happy. And then since I bought a disposable pan, it comes with the plastic lid, which can go on top. And then let's see, make sure that this guy is on here. Good. Oh, come on. I may have to scotch tape that on there because that is not on there very good. And then I'll have to make sure to take out the Cool Whip for my husband. So tonight, and I know that I dropped a piece of there it is, sprinkle on the ground. I gotta pick that up. So that's the cake. I hope you enjoyed this baking session. I sure did, even though I you know, won't get any, but it was just fun making it. I'm always up for making stuff for my husband for his potlucks, just because I like looking for new and fun recipes to try. So that's that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this or any of my other videos. Hit that notification button so you know every single time I upload a new video. And then leave a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and then don't forget I'm still running that giveaway where I'm giving away a $25 gift card to Ophire along with a Furls G Plus hook, crochet hook, and then one mandala cake by Lion Brand. And then I actually have some mystery bags coming in from Hobby. I have not ordered from Hobby for like over a year. That is a lot for me. I love Hobby. I had found a lot of great deals, and Hobby has changed their free shipping. I don't know if this is a temporary thing or permanent thing, but shipping now is free shipping if you spend $19 or more. Right now they are running a pre-Black Friday sale. They've got a lot of stuff on sale that are fairly decently priced. A lot of the things that I buy from them, or I would say 99% of the things that I do purchase, because I know that their yarn is expensive. I know that. But 99% of the time when I buy from them, I buy the stuff that is on sale. I rarely buy the things that they have that are not on sale unless it's something that I really like. Like they have one particular line that's called Wheel of Alpaca, and it's obviously alpaca yarn. It is gorgeous yarn. And I think I have a couple of them. And of course it's in cake form, my favorite, but I did buy several mystery bags from them. I'm waiting for them. They have been shipped. I did not purchase the expedited shipping because it's expensive. I did use the free shipping. So it'll be here probably, I don't know. They're usually pretty fast, but anyway, I have that, and I think I have other couple of things that I have coming. One from a Canadian company that I've never ordered from. That's also a couple of mystery bags. And that actually, those two mystery bags that I ordered from them, they were $16 a piece. And I think, don't quote me on this until I actually get them, is that if you sign up, you automatically get a discount with them. And so I'll go over that once I get the mystery boxes. And then the boxes are that they curate them when you order them according to if you knit or crochet, and they give you enough yarn to complete each project. And I think in each box, it might be you get so many projects included in them. I want to say it's like 3 or 4. It might be more than that, or maybe it's just 1. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see when I get it. And then, yeah. And then I do have an appointment tomorrow, which is in OKC. So I don't think I'll have time tomorrow to film anything. So if anything, you guys will see me on Sunday. But in the meantime, definitely check out my other videos, especially if you are new to my channel. And because I do a lot of fun, different things. It's not just baking, it's not just yarn, it's not just resin. It's a lot of fun stuff, along with talking about things like mental health, self-care, you know, and like stuff like this, which I consider like art therapy. So this helps calm my anxiety. So I consider this anxiety relief. That's my brain think about other things than my anxiety. So until my next video, I will see you then. And yeah, give me a subscribe and help me get to my 1,115 so that I can give away those items. Okay, bye.